Mm, so rotation is locked. What's up, everybody? Hold up. Let me do this. Get me resituated here. Kind of defeats the purpose of having this tablet the way I had it. But you know what? Let me just do this. Good shot of me. What y'all think of that? I just don't like looking this way. I like looking that way better. Hold up. Uh, Sorry, everybody. I came on a few minutes early, obviously, but I wanted to kind of try to tweak this, but it's not going the way I want it to go. That's okay. I'm gonna fix it just like this. Check this shit out right here in a minute, boy. I'm gonna get you straight, straight. I'm gonna put on some music here in a second. Keep things going. Start the show. Or rotation is locked. Rotate device back. Uh, For whatever reason, this is the way it wants it. It's the way it's gonna get it. I just need to be able. To, to, Let me see something here, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Don't mean to mess up. Orientation lock. Dun, dun, dun. Don't know why it's not wanting to cooperate, but you know what? That's no good. We don't care. We're live. We're gonna call it good, and we're just gonna make it more comfortable for me. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to keep fucking around this camera like that, but orientation is locked. Rotate device back. That's cool. It could be locked all at once. That should be sideways. I actually had it set up at one point. You know what? We're gonna try one more thing. Let's see this right here. It's gonna work. I think it might. I think it just might. Sometimes you just gotta think outside the box, or realize there is no box. You can think however you want. Well, I just want to start the show already. I wasn't planning on playing around with the camera and the tablet 5 minutes. But there again, it's probably a good thing I started early anyway. You know, I'm just gonna one hand this job for a few minutes until we either A are content on it, or B we just maybe try to shit out here. Hold on. Honestly, I like it the way it was. I don't care about the orientation being locked. That doesn't bother me. Bothers me is fucking floating this motherfucker around 50 different ways. and it not being the way I want it. There we go. 5 minutes of camera fucking. Yeah, there we go. I think we leave it alone like that. Let's put on some beats, a little bit of music. I always like a little bit of music. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't mean to hold up the show. Look clumsy, but hey, you know what? I'm just a regular guy, so I'm gonna fuck up and make mistakes just like everybody else. And if I happen to do it live, then that's just the way it is. I was like little bit of music, a little bit of sound, but not to have to speak over it like that little hat. Need to get a haircut. It's all good though. I don't know if anybody's coming on. Frank was supposed to come on, but we'll see. He might have some shit going on. But welcome, YouTube. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Early holiday shout out. Happy early Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's got big plans or no plans at all. Either way, can't go wrong with it. Yeah, right around the corner. Years flew by, but I yeah, got family coming over here to the house, so it should be pretty fun. It normally is. Everybody eats, enjoys everybody's conversation, so it's a good time. Give a little hobby love out to all those other channels, and honestly, I was watching Dustin Sports Card Dad, which is one of the ones I watch a lot, quite a bit. And one thing I touch on, I don't care about you know this sports card therapist or anything like that. I don't care about any of that. Doesn't really affect anything I do in the hobby because I'm not buying what he's buying. He's not buying what I'm buying, and I'm not telling people what to buy. Nobody's listening to me like that. So that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to entertain myself. But one thing, you know, Dustin and not just Dustin, but other people, they've said the same thing. And if this community that's limited and we want to bring people in and have people around and encourage people to, have roundtable discussions and join other people's shows, collab together, work together, and let's do it. Let's uh, come on my show. I come on your show. I'm not just a foul mouth chucklehead that doesn't have anything to say. I'm quite relevant when it comes to what I know. And basketball and football are two things I know very well. But, and I'm not saying anything bad about Dustin or anybody else. Like, keep ignoring me and keep ignoring me. And it's, I'm not trying to get your attention, but if we're all, excuse me, in this hobby and we're all doing it for the same purpose, doing it all together in a sense, we're growing a community, then, I'm just as much part of that community as anybody else. 68, 60 something people here on my channel, which isn't a great deal, but what is the fact that I can continually, consistently put out material, content, good or not, I do it. And I'm here and I'm present and I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere because I enjoy this. This to me is fun. That's my angle. If I was selling something, yeah, you could be like, yeah, that's what his angle is now. But I'm not selling anything. If anything, I promote myself. I want to promote this channel. If you want to subscribe, I encourage you to. Now I'm not G rated, and I'm not here to. If you hear any foul language, then you should know that going into this is not like a channel made for children. It's like grown folks. So anyway, I think that if we want to be inclusive with everybody in the hobby, creators, people like me that have little little channel here, whatever, then everybody ought to be included. You might not agree with what I have to say. I don't agree with what a lot of people have to say. So it's all good though. You can you can agree to disagree with anybody, but at the same time, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt to a point and like to include everyone as much as possible in this type of community that we do have because honestly, it's the only way we're going to grow it. So having people with different ideas, different thoughts, different opinions, it's good. That's what you need. You don't want everybody to agree on everything all the time. No, no, no. It's not what you want at all. Take the individual away. That's just watering down somebody's perspective and taking away their opinion. So that's what I had about that. Talk about hobby here for just a little bit. New NBA hoops came out today. Local card store, around like 2 and a quarter for a hobby box of that. Is it worth it? Uh, Not to me, not yet at least. I'll wait. I'm not in any giant hurry to go in and buy it, though I'm glad it did come out. But I'm sure I'll get in it before too long. End up getting some just because I like this rookie class and some players that, you know, I want to have their rookies, just like anything else. But I'm not trying to spend, crazy money to buy a bunch of nonsense. I can spend money in other ways and be just as happy with my purchase. So, and that gambling aspect of things, it's cool that new products out, but am I going to rush out necessarily? Be the first one to get in line to get it? Nah, I don't need to. I've been that guy, all right. And I still buy on a daily, but I just buy different forms, whether it be through eBay online or through other collectors, people I know, etc. I keep the hobby relevant. The way I collect, I just pick different things and the sports that I collect to collect, like top 20 running back, all autos. Working on that right now. I need Walter. Walter. Tough one. He's out there. It just comes to premium. Top 20 sack leaders of all time. Got all except for two. Strahan, which I'm not a big fan of the guy, but in order to complete the collection, need him. And then Julius Peppers, who I am a fan of, but right now, um, I think his card's a little bit high, so I'll wait. I got my quarterback collection all done, which was it was fun doing that one. That was a lot of fun. Doing these little subsets of collections the way I do them. For me, it's fun. That's the way I keep the hobby fun for myself. I don't need to go out and spend a G a week on new product to rip it. Rip and wax. Uh, when wax was affordable, 30 years ago, well, when you could buy a box for $30, you know, $35, 36 packs and bucks in a box back then. You got your money's worth even if you didn't. But nowadays, box for $225. Yeah, I I don't know. It just seems a bit much, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, for me, it just the dollars just don't add up and make sense. So, not saying I'm not going to buy any, but that 225 price tag, I can't afford it. It just doesn't. I'm not jumping to be the first one to go out and grab it. So yeah, that and like I said, there's going to be more product coming out. There's going to be more stuff. So as it trickles through and new release dates come out, there's going to be other stuff out there. But hoops has been one that's always been one of my favorites and one that I will collect. So eventually I'll get out there and I'll grab some. But hopefully that price point will come down to make it reasonably affordable, if you want to use those words, that we could all get boxes. Aside from that, last week picked, got 10 winners out of the 14 possible games, which is good. The four we didn't hit on: Commanders, Giants, Rams, Seahawks, the Broncos and Vikings, and then last night with the Eagles and the Chiefs. You know, there's not really a whole lot I could say about those four losses, with the exception of the Commanders and the Giants. Wasn't expecting that. I didn't, see the rookie doing as well as he did, and the Giants being able to come through and win in that fashion. But good for them. They've been up and down all year. So the Commanders, the Giants, and the Falcons, and I'll say the Saints have been my four teams this year. Picking them has been tough and inconsistent, just like their play. And about last night's game, I'd mentioned it last week. I picked the Chiefs. No big secret there. Always going to be Chiefs by default, unless I think something else. And the Chiefs were the better team last night, though at the end of the game, clearly it didn't reflect that on the scoreboard. But if you watch the game, you just kind of sit there and thinking, how could these guys possibly lose? And then at the end of the game, you look at stats, whether it be individual player stats, team stats, enhanced stats, advanced stats, whatever. But you could easily see that the Chiefs led in every single statistical category. When I say that, I mean rushing, passing, total yards, first downs, fewer penalties, fewer penalty yards. The only statistic that they had that they didn't need to have in favor of their way would have been the turnovers of 2 as opposed to the 1 that they had on the Philly side of the ball. But all in all, it comes down to not making the necessary adjustments. It comes down to players doing their job. Not only holding on and catching the ball, but to make sure that holding on to the ball is pretty important, but catching the ball is pretty important too. So catch the ball, do your job. That game was nowhere near close. And I said that last week. I don't expect it to be a blowout, but I expect a dominant win. The Eagles didn't dominate that game at any point in time. The Chiefs dominated the whole game. Like I said, you can look at the stats and see for yourself. Time possession, Chiefs dominated everything. But when you make mistakes and you have poor judgment on, in the red zone 2 times and 2 turnovers, one being a pick and the other one being that fumble by Kelsey. Both, I'm pretty sure, were on first down plays that could have easily been runs to get you closer to where you needed to be. Okay? And even if you came out with 6 points, you would have had enough to win that game. So, why the Chiefs got shut out in the second half, what changed in the game plan, and why they ultimately lost is a combination of poor play calling, poor coaching, poor execution, poor decision making, and the Chiefs beat themselves. The Eagles aren't the better team. They're not. Anybody watch that game and tell you that the Eagles are better, they don't know football. So that's what I got about last night's game. The rest of the losses, lost by 1 point on that Minnesota game, lost by 1 point on that Rams game, and then that Commanders game. We just got the shit beat out of us. So, bipolar Giants and Commanders. As soon as I saw Drew Lock come in on that Seattle game, I said to myself, man, just, want to have him in the game. Everybody else, obviously. Don't let him throw the deep ball. Whatever you do, don't let him throw the deep ball. And I saw him throw the deep ball, and that was it. The Broncos, they've been playing tough. They've been playing tough to, claw their way back into relevancy in the playoff picture. One game or 1 point game as well on Sunday night, which is a good game. But, they made it happen. They found a way to win. And I don't want to make excuses for the Chiefs. They're my team. Don't get me wrong, but the only thing I can tell you is that they should have done a better job, and they would have won. And they should have won. Props to the Philly thing, whatever. Great. They're not the better team, though. So, with that, let's take a look and see what we've got coming up for this week because we got a lot of games that are going to start off as early as Thursday, which is awesome. Thanksgiving. So, even if all else fails, whatever, football's going to be there. If you look over there, to my left, that's a 8x10 Purdy photo autograph that I got authenticated. And next to him, I got a Desmond Ritter auto, second year, I believe, and a Bobby Porter's fresh ink auto. And then over there is a Dan Issel graded. Is that a 10? HGC 10? Yeah. This is just one of the many little sub shelves of things of the collection. But yeah, it was a wild week. This week, I think, is going to be one of the tougher weeks that I've had as far as picking winners goes, and I think it's going to be a tough week to pick. But we'll see how we do. Last week, like I said, we still got 10. We average 10 winners a week. I make these picks for entertainment and educational purposes only. In no way do I encourage you to gamble. I don't gamble. It's not my thing. But I know that people do, and it's promoted widely all over the place. So I'll tell you who I think's going to win because why not? Uh-oh. What? Let's see what we got. We got 3 games on Thursday, man. Thanksgiving. Right around the corner, almost 2024. It's been wild. 2023 hasn't been the greatest year for me personally, but you know what? It's all good because it was another great year, even if it wasn't. Let's get right to it. Week 12. Packers Lions. Green Bay going to Detroit. We're going to take Detroit. Lions are going to beat the Packers. Then we got the Commanders going to Big D, playing Cowboys. We're taking the Cowboys. Then we got the 49ers traveling up north, going to play the Seahawks in Seattle. That's going to be Thursday night. We're going to take the 49ers because we look healthy as far as the 49ers go, and they don't have Drew Lock. So all the more reason to go for them. And Purdy had a perfect game as far as quarterback rating on Sunday. So, yeah. We're going 49ers. Then on Friday, we got the Dolphins going into New York to face the Jets. I'm going to take the Dolphins because I think that the Jets compound issues by the quarterback switch. At this point in the season, it didn't really gain you anything. If anything, it probably took away confidence from Wilson. You should have just kept going with him and left it alone. But now, yeah. So we'll go with the Dolphins to beat the Jets. And then back to regular schedule on Sunday, we got the Bucks at the Colts. We're going to take the Colts on that. Patriots at the Giants. We'll go with the Giants. Steelers going into Cincinnati to face the Bengals. That's a tough one, but I'm going to take the Steelers to beat the Bengals and knock them out of the playoffs. Then we got the Panthers going into Tennessee to take on the Titans. We'll take the Titans. We got the Jags and Texans battle for first place in the South. Man, it's going to be a good game. I like both teams going to be a tough one to call, but I'll take the Texans to go ahead and beat the Jaguars. C.J. Stroud going to set the tone and going to stamp his name in the books here for this rookie season. Let everybody know that him and his team are real. Next, we have the Saints and the Falcons. Like I said earlier, awful game, awful game to try to predict just because of the inconsistency on both sides. But I'm going to take the Falcons over the Saints. Derek Carr's play when he's been in there has been unacceptable, but he's been hurt. And I don't know whether or not we can depend on Derek Carr to be there this week or not. So Falcons going to beat the Saints next week. And then next game, rather, we got the Rams going into Arizona to face the Cardinals. Well, the NFC West matchup for the ages. I tell you, that's tough to pick two shitty teams. Yeah. Cardinals have got a little bit of fire here and there. Rams have one win. We're going to go with the Cardinals over the Rams. Next, we got the Browns going into Denver. Mile High face the Broncos. Take the Browns. Then we got the Bills going into Philly to face the Eagles. We'll take the Eagles on that one. Chiefs going to Vegas against the Raiders. And it'll be a tough game, and I think the Chiefs can pull it out. So we'll take the Chiefs. Next, we got the Ravens going to Los Angeles to play the Chargers Sunday night. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. The Chargers will probably play well and keep it close, but they will manage to lose. They will find a way to lose. I believe that to be completely 100% true. So we'll take the Ravens against the Chargers Sunday night. Then we got Bears Vikings next Monday. Should be a fun game to watch. I like Josh Dobbs. I think he's been doing good. I think that, the play of the Bears has improved over the last several weeks, but I don't believe it's going to be enough to beat the Vikings, which have been impressive. And I think that they have enough and definitely have what it takes to beat the Bears. So we're going Vikings against Bears. And to recap, we're going to go pick the winners again. Lions, Cowboys, 49ers, Dolphins, Colts, Giants, Steelers, Titans, Texans, Falcons, Cardinals, Browns, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, and Vikings. I didn't even count, but let me do a quick count here. So next week we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 games starting Thursday. Actually, this week, sorry. So 16 chances, 16 picks. Let's see how many winners we get. Like I said, we've been killing it at least 10 every week. On some days, or some weeks rather, you got 14 games. Sometimes you got 15 games this week. Nobody's got to buy 16 games. So everybody's playing. All the games are going to be on between the Friday and Monday night games. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun to watch a lot of this stuff. And we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what old Joe Flacco has to bring to the table, but we'll see. We'll see. I think everything's going to be interesting one way or the other. So I'm looking forward to it. Week 12, baby. Week 12. Another episode of Max's Weekly Winners. Another episode in the books. 23 weeks in a row. I'm not going anywhere. I encourage anybody that wants to come on, talk sports, talk shop with me. Let's go, baby. I was watching basketball earlier, watching the Magic and the Raptors. Magic was up by nearly 20 points. So I'll be watching NBA tonight, and yeah, just keep watching sports, keep collecting cards, and just keep having fun with it, man. Just don't get down on yourself. Don't worry about negative people. Don't worry about positive people. Don't worry about any influencers, creators, myself included. I'm not shit. No, we're all just people, and none of us are special. All of us just exactly the same. One thing we all have in common as a thing is that we're all different. So keep that in mind. But other than that, I wish everybody the best. I hope everybody has a good, safe Thanksgiving. And I look forward to being back on maybe again this week. We'll see. Maybe we'll get another episode in, show off some cars that we get. And I've been meaning to anyway, since I had all the QB collection. Put some honorable mentions, I might add. So, yeah, yeah. I wish everybody nothing but the best. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy early holidays. Have a great rest of the week, everybody. If you like what I do, you like what I have to say, by all means, click that like button, subscribe, share. And I'm not going anywhere, like I said. I'm going to keep putting out content, keep talking, and do what I do because I enjoy it. No angle. Not selling you nothing. So, anyway, love y'all. Be good, guys. Thank you.